Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to say, I hope you're having a wonderful evening, but I think it's understood you're having a great time. Yeah, thank you to the lady in the front row. This is a special moment. This is the final part of the evening, We start before the Media Awards by recognizing our Outstanding Contribution Award winner. And this award is very kindly sponsored by Kuoni. And from Kuoni, to deliver the award, we welcome somebody you all know, Rachel O'Reilly, their Director of Communications, to tell you all about our winner tonight.
Thank you, Henry. When I was advised who was up for Travel Media's Outstanding Contribution Awards, I immediately thought this could not go to anyone finer. And I have to disclose a private interest. Without tonight's recipient, I wouldn't be working at Kuoni, and I wouldn't be here at the awards this evening. Tonight, we are celebrating one of the finest ever travel PR practitioners. We are honoring a unique person, a well-respected communicator, someone fiercely intelligent and a gifted strategist. This person interviewed me for my first job in PR at BGB in London. I was fresh from Yorkshire and I found her so endearing, and I accepted quicker than you can say, "Where do I sign?" I went on to work with her for 7 enriching years, and I've admired her ever since, as her career has traversed from one peak to another. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may possibly have guessed by now, we are honouring tonight the phenomenon that is Debbie Hindle. Now, when I discussed tonight's award with Henry, I said to him, there's going to be a lot of love in the room right now, and I can definitely feel it from that applause. Now, these days, Debbie, as you all know, is Chief Executive for Communications Travel. But my connection with her goes back to those BGB days, where I came to recognise her as one of the kindest, nicest, most gracious people around. She actually had no fear taking on the non-sexy accounts. In fact, I worked with her on the Lumpoly account and the GDS system that was WorldSpan, if anyone remembers that. And she always absorbed herself in the strategic position like no one else. And to her, it was like fine food, whereas to everyone else in the agency, it was a little bit fish and chips. She could be tough. I actually remember her, she told me off once for leaving the Lumpoly account unmanned, and I actually worked 24/7 after that. She isn't a center stage person, but she is a powerhouse. And she brought PR and communications to the boardroom table when it wasn't popular. And she's absolutely brilliant at crisis and issues management. Now, Debbie was the business partner to Bronwyn Goldbly, and some people in the room may remember Bronwyn. And Debbie was the quiet power behind the throne. And she helped to grow BGB into one of the largest travel communications businesses. The agency did win lots of sexy accounts too, and Debbie's love of cricket could possibly explain why the agency held both the Australia and the Caribbean accounts simultaneously. And after Bronwyn's untimely death, and she was far too young, Debbie helped leverage the sale of BGB to 4 Communications in 2011, and she's been with 4 ever since. Her colleague, Helen Coop, 4's Managing Director of Travel, and my very, very good friend, pays this tribute. Debbie has always been a calm, knowledgeable influence. Negotiating her way through COVID was one of her finest achievements. She's so supportive, she would work all night if she had to help out. Now, Debbie has had 3 decades of experience in tourism consultancy and has advised everyone from tourist boards to airlines, hotels, tour operators to agencies. She's regularly a judge at events and is a frequent speaker at conferences. She's also a strong advocate for responsible tourism. She's a trustee of the Travel Foundation, and Noel Josephidis said, "Debbie has freely given work for the Travel Foundation and has contributed immeasurably to how we are perceived today." She was one of the most influential PRs in the early adoption of travel bloggers. Abby King, I know he's here tonight from the Inside the Travel Lab, pays this compliment. "I will always remember her as the quiet encouragement and her generosity in helping so many of us break into this industry. From how we communicate the snowy streets of Sweden to koala-specked roads down under, her clear vision was inspirational." Now, Debbie has been recognised as one of the top 100 women in UK hospitality, and she's been rated as a true doyenne of travel in Travel PR Week's Power Book rankings. A doyenne, I love that word, and actually amongst the room tonight I can spot a few others. But Debbie is not all about work. She's tremendous company socially, and let's be honest, like many of us, she loves the champagne lifestyle. She loves a laugh and, frankly, a good tipple. The boardroom, as I remember it at BGB, became a wine bar on Friday evenings, and Debbie often led the charge. And her team here tonight agree with that and said to me that you often rely on Debbie to be the last person standing. Now, Debbie is also the only person I know to have had a play written about her travels. The Unfriend, which has been showing in the West End, is directly based on a tale resulting from a Panama Canal cruise where she and her husband Peter befriended a convicted murderer. And unbeknown to them, I hasten to add, and they invited her to stay. And yes, in that play, the lead parts were actually called Debbie and Peter. And as Debbie herself puts it, when your partner looks at you with a very worried face and says, "What's the worst possible thing you can find out about somebody who's coming to stay with you?" you know you're in trouble. Now, as some of you in the room may be aware, last year was a mighty challenge for Debbie as she dealt with a health crisis fighting breast cancer. But with the toughness and resilience that characterises her, she saw it off and has been given a clean bill of health. She's had the immense support of her husband and her 2 children, and she's in training for the Walk for Life. And she's massively looking forward to seeing everyone at work again very soon. Myself and lots of people in this room owe some stage of their career to Debbie, and I owe her an amazing debt of gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, I have therefore the great pleasure of giving you our outstanding contribution winner, Debbie Hindle.
I hope that stays there. Maybe I'll put it on. I'm notoriously clumsy as well, which Rachel forgot to mention. My goodness. Rachel, thank you for all your incredible words, and thank you to everyone who also contributed to that, and to the judges who nominated me for this award. I can't quite believe I'm here. It really does mean the world to me. I absolutely love this industry. I know many of us have found our way into it probably by accident. I know I did. I had intended to become a journalist, but didn't have enough money, and so got a job in PR to earn some money in order to be able to afford the training. And in my first job, when I was working at a small agency in the West Midlands, one day, one morning, I was asked to go and interview the managing director of a major manufacturing company. And then, for a photo shoot in the afternoon, I was asked to go and find an elephant. Yeah. And that's when I realized this was a job in which every day would be different, and it certainly has been. And then I came to London and met the amazing and remarkable Bronwyn Gold-Bly, and found that I could actually get paid to think about and talk about travel. We are indeed very lucky. But obviously, I came into travel because I wanted to see the world, as I'm sure many of you have. But I realized, as I reflected on this award, that what keeps me here, it's not the places, it's the people. Everyone in this room, everyone in the travel industry, every general manager, every PR, every journalist, every blogger, every tour operator, hotel representative, tourist board, we're in this industry because we are curious. We are interested in the world and in the people around us. And that makes you all a remarkable group. And I am honored to work alongside you and to have had the privilege of seeing so many people come into this industry, great, determined, creative, and talented people, and see them do so well. People like Rachel and Henry, and many of the finalists and winners tonight. But I'm most proud of the things that we've all done together which have helped other people. And that might be an individual, such as a B&B owner who won an Excellence in England Tourism Award, who told me that we had actually changed her life because of the coverage she'd had. It made such a difference to her business. Or it could be an entire country. We had a very memorable day at Four Communications one day. We had a group of our team and our European partners when we suddenly got a surprise call from the president of Costa Rica to thank us for the work that we'd done, which had helped to alleviate poverty in his country. That is a day to remember. Thank you. And I'm particularly proud and have enjoyed working with many of you in the industry as a trustee of the Travel Foundation. And if you haven't already, I do urge you to read the most recent report, Envision 2030, which helps us to think about how we need much more radical collaboration in order to hit 2050 and a carbon neutral travel industry. There's some great work that's being done there. Please do look at it. Yeah, applause for the Travel Foundation, thank you. When I posted the news about my cancer fundraising efforts earlier this year, I was absolutely overwhelmed by the messages of support, by the incredible comments I got from people and from your generosity. And it really helped me to keep going. So I have to say a huge thank you to everyone, because it really came at just the right time for me. Cancer affects 1 in 2 of us. And that's why I'm now also going to be supporting another charity called Working with Cancer, which helps people with cancer to stay in the workplace and to help them return to their work. So you could be a small business or a major corporation, but if you have someone in your organization that is working with cancer and needs support, please do contact me and I can put you in touch with the charity. Working with Cancer can help many people. I still can't quite believe I'm standing here and accepting this award. I think I was in shock when Henry called me. It was quite a moment. There's a great expression that says, happy people can look back and say they chose their life, not settled for it. I'm really happy. I'm really happy to have chosen this life and to have shared it with you and to continue to share it with you. Thank you so much for the honour of giving me this award tonight.